Want to call the meeting to order? I want to welcome everyone that's here. Approval for the agenda number 2. I'm assuming you all didn't have anything to add. I was waiting for emails from you guys, and there was nothing sent from you all.
We have a few things we want to add.
Okay.
Yes, we would like to add to approve July 11, 2023 special call meeting minutes. I have those.
I also want to say regarding the minutes, when y'all have a meeting, you all need to submit those immediately within 2 business days, actually the next day, because within 2 business days, the public is can have access to the meeting agenda and what took place, and you all hold it till right before a meeting. And that's not city policy, so if you all have a meeting and the minutes, you need to prepare those from the agenda rather, and submit that to City Hall. In the meetings that you all have been having are not city protocol, both mayor and council are supposed to review agenda items and then agree upon agenda items, and also agree upon the date and time of the meetings. You all have been excluding me out of that mix, and that's not the way it's supposed to be. The mayor's supposed to be the chair of all the meetings, not just you all have a meeting, then you invite me, and then you say, oh, if you don't show up, Bobby Jones. That's just not the order of the meetings. Anytime a meeting is called, if it's a special call meeting, you all are supposed to get with me like I do you all and say, hey, are you available for this date and time? Is the city attorney available for this time? You all have to allot for that. And we're all supposed to agree upon the meeting minutes and the agenda items as well.
Okay, the second thing we would like to add is to, but the first one is to approve July 11, 2023 special call meeting minutes. The second one we would like to add to vote to maintain Ms. Kathy Harvin as the election superintendent of the city of Woodbury for the remainder of 2023 election cycle.
I have terminated her services. I have authority to do so. I have appointed an interim city clerk for that position as City of Woodbury. I have that authority to do so, and Ms. Harvin is not needed for that position. When y'all did appoint her, there's been circumstances surrounding her appointment. She was not given an oath of office. She was not sworn in. None of that took place. And that was mentioned this entire duration of her appointment. And so she will not be added back to the elected superintendent position because I have terminated her services. And also as well, the city of Woodbury does not hire individual attorneys for employees, nor for appointed individuals, nor for private citizens. The city attorney represents the city as a whole, and in case there's a malefice or something of someone in their position, then the city attorney would represent that person. Anyone else that is brought forth should or go through the city attorney if there's any subletting, if possible, if he so chooses to do so. So Ms. Harvin is not going to be the elected superintendent, and her role in this, as we're on that, there were notifications that I have never received since she has been there, sent to me, I'm gonna put it that way. They were sent to the city of Woodbury, Georgia. 2 notices were, and as her being her role as, I'm gonna say, unauthorized elections superintendent. She sent the information to city employees, which are not representative of Mayor Tanya Moody. And to my understanding, I saw in Mr. Bobby Jones, you made a comment that I have been given 4 days to make a decision. Well, I haven't received any legal notifications at all from day one, nor that a circulation had been, even if she was the appropriate person, had been circulated and received the 100 signatures. I have not, as of yet, received not one legal communication from Mrs. Harbin in her unauthorized position. So that will be taken up as well as another legal issue. So she will not be added back to as election superintendent. That role, according to our city ordinance and our city policies and charter, are the responsibility of the city clerk. We had an assistant city clerk at the time that you all appointed him, even though he was new. He has experience as he could have taken up that role as well. And so the Secretary of State's office was misinformed. We didn't have a city clerk, but we had an assistant city clerk who could have assumed that position. And at the time you all had an agreement or talked to behind the scenes, meeting for the meeting or whatever y'all had, y'all talked to Mr. Terry Jacobs. He came here with Mrs. Harbin and to discuss elections recall. And I had no clue as to her being in questioning to be appointed from the beginning, as I have stated thus far. But she will not be election superintendent at all.
No, you don't have the authority to terminate someone that the
I do.
council
I
voted
do.
and appointed on.
Y'all must need to revisit the charter. I do have that authority. Anyone that has been appointed, hired, committed, any position are at the discretion of the mayor. And I have the authority to terminate her position, and it was unauthorized from the beginning.
Okay, number 3, we have one to add to the agenda as well. To vote to approve funding for the recall election of Mayor Tony Moody. We have to add number 4, to vote to dismiss both Mr. Alfonso Whitaker individually and Whitaker PC collectively as city attorney for the city of Woodbury. The last one is number 5. Vote to appoint Smith, Welch, Weld, White, attorney at law, as special counsel to represent the city of Woodbury affairs until a new city attorney is appointed and approved by the rate of $200 an hour for attorney time and $100 an hour for secretary paralegal time. That's
Once
all we'd like to
again,
add.
city council does not have the authority to appoint any legal counsel, any department heads, any clerks. That is the administrative duty of the mayor, administrator, and manager for the city. You do not have the authority to do so.
We have the authority
You do not
to
have
vote
the
for
authority
special
to do
counsel.
so.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do.
You do not have the
We have
authority.
the authority to appoint the.
You do not have the authority.
We
What
have
part?
authority.
Show me
We
part
have
of the
authority.
charter. Show me the charter
Look,
that
here
states
you
that
go.
you have the
I'm trying
authority
to tell
to.
you,
Uh-huh.
every year, that man supposed to be reported back in.
Mhm.
And we hadn't did that this year, period.
We asked you.
We didn't do that, and the reason why is because the attorneys that I spoke with, they were not available on Mondays. And then I asked you all to move those dates to a
Well, we
Tuesday.
still have a vote to meet.
As those dates to a Tuesday.
We
But
still
we
voted
He
for
has
that.
not been voted out.
We still never voted him in.
He
I
has,
don't care what
he
you talking
has
about.
not
Still
been
wanna
voted, he
back
has
in
not
and
been
do what?
voted out.
We
And
asked to
as-
see
and
his
as far-
contract, you never
And
showed
as
us
far
that.
as the attorney's position, I have the authority as well to appoint an attorney, as well as
With
interim
approval,
attorney.
with approval of the
No,
city
no,
council.
ma'am.
Yes.
No, ma'am.
Don't.
That's if
You
an
don't have
attorney,
the
if an
authority.
attorney
You don't.
steps out,
You
if an
don't.
attorney steps out, and if there was not one for him, the mayor has the authority to appoint any position as interim. I do.
We still have to vote on
No, sir. No, no.
Yeah.
In the normal course of business, in the normal course of business, no, sir.
We had to vote
In
that
the
man back
normal
in.
course of
And we had
business,
did.
all appointed individuals are through the mayor and approved by council.
Okay, so where was the approval?
Where was approval of who?
Your appointments.
Which appointments? The approvals that were for Mr. Alonzo, Mr. Alonzo.
You just said appointed by mayor, approved by council.
Yes,
So
that was from day one. They were both appointed, sworn in.
And we have
everything.
yet to see that contract.
I will show you all the contract. I also sent y'all pictures of them, of me swearing them in before I had actually allocated
See
their
the
position.
contract.
I will, when I have been overwhelmed with doing city, Woodbury clerk, assistant clerk, all those positions. I've even asked you all to participate, just like I have been, in even getting the minutes for December. And you all have not even responded back, not to one email stating what your comments were, even on one council meeting, December 27th, so we can pass those minutes. So therefore, please do not tell me what I have time to do when I have been overwhelmed
What
trying to get a city clerk in the position to do the work for the city of Woodbury. So therefore, if I have to spend extra time, y'all can at least spend 3 hours looking at the minutes for
That's
December
what we
27th.
2 or 3 years behind.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Anything we get ready to put on the agenda, we can put on the agenda. It ain't what you like to do.
Well, if you're gonna add an item to the agenda, you all cannot hire anyone for the city of Woodbury. Please review the charter.
We can't
Only
appoint
the
special
mayor.
counsel.
No,
We can't-
ma'am.
We can't
No,
vote for
ma'am.
special counsel.
You cannot.
We might not be able to
No,
appoint a
ma'am.
city clerk, but
You
we can't
cannot.
vote for special counsel.
No, ma'am, you cannot.
We
Y'all
have
cannot
the right to
hire
vote.
anyone. No, ma'am.
We have the right to vote for special
No,
counsel.
ma'am. You cannot do it.
Well, that's gonna be your
Pull up the
section
charter,
versus
ma'am.
ours.
Show me where you have that right. Matter of fact, I have, matter of fact.
You have all of these things from the charter, because
reason.
guess what? You have an attorney who is working for you.
No,
That's why
we're
he's
No, ma'am.
being dismissed, and
We
we're asking
are
for special
going-
counsel.
we are
Because we
going
have
by
nobody
the orders in
representing
the charter.
us. You have somebody going
and
to
that's
do
why
your
we
research,
agreed-
doing all of that
we
for you.
agreed.
We're doing that on our own.
Point of order. We agreed.
Point
because
of
we're
order,
going-
point of
I
order.
heard you the first time.
And he's not in a
Hold on.
position to
Let me
speak.
tell you something.
My
I do what I want to. My daughter told me how you talked to her last time.
I don't
And
care what
then-
your daughter told me.
Okay, do it again. That's what you.
I am
do it
the
again.
valedictorian
I don't care
of
what
this
you are.
meeting.
You don't talk to my daughter like you talk to her on that Zoom meeting. And you talk to
Hey,
her like that.
I told
now.
her,
It's the last
what I
time.
told her
I don't care what
was,
you told her. You could talk to her
she
like a
can tell me
professional.
what she wanted. I
I
talk like a
told you.
professional.
No, you didn't.
Don't. You
Not when you talk to
You
her.
told me I had no voice, I had nothing to say
Hey,
in the meeting.
you did
You have
not.
no, you
You
have
did
no,
not.
you have
She-
no respect for counsel.
She was
That's
not
why you're
supposed to
being
be
dismissed.
here.
He was supposed to be acting.
But
I
you
was
were,
there.
that's
I
what
was
I'm saying,
there.
that's why
Yeah,
she
but-
was there.
She told me
You
what
wasn't
you told
supposed to
me.
be there.
And the way you talk to
You
her.
didn't ask me.
You
You
are
gonna
not
Ask
going to
me
be.
on me. I
Hey,
didn't
how
want,
about?
You gonna stop me?
I didn't want
You
to.
gonna stop
Do it
me?
again.
I didn't
Are
want
you
to be in the
threatening me?
meeting.
No, I thank you.
Okay.
He's not
Hey.
threatening you, he's letting you know that I'm an elected official.
And you-
You're gonna
you
respect
had no
me.
You had no right.
You had no
I was
right.
asked to be on the meeting by
But.
But she's the one that started the argumentative behavior. Well,
Hey,
you are-
y'all can't do this.
Y'all- y'all
Sue me,
cannot-
sue me,
I'm sorry.
get out of here. Take me to court and get me out. I am the parliamentarian of
We
this
will be
meeting.
going to the state bar based on your
I
behavior.
am-
The same way that we will be.
We've
I
been
am the
going by the
parliamentarian.
orders and the charter. Y'all are the ones that are not following the rules.
I am the parliamentarian
And you have
of this
been-
You
meeting.
can be the parliamentarian, but you're not gonna be the state bar.
As parliamentarian, I can adjourn this meeting
Yes,
right now.
You can adjourn it right now, and we will do what we need to do,
Yeah.
adjourn it
You
right
can go in
now.
executive session, but if the meeting adjourned, it is adjourned.
You can
Nothing else
adjourn it,
happen.
you can adjourn, you can adjourn it,
Now,
we'll do what we
if
need
you
to do
guys
to
are
get
not
city
gonna
business
act
handled.
civil and the way you're supposed to,
If you're not gonna act
That was
civil
my
in the way that
fault.
you're
You gotta
supposed
act civil. This
man, you just
this
took
is
the man in my face.
Look, this is
Cause
what
I'm
happened.
letting you know, don't talk to her like that no
But
more.
this is
Hey,
what
look.
happened.
You know, you
You know,
wasn't
man, I'm
there.
tired.
You wasn't
She
there.
He still,
Hey.
trying to talk to her like a professional.
Only thing he said was.
I don't care what he said, it's the way he said it.
Only thing he
You
said
don't know what
was.
I said.
You don't know what you
I don't care what you said.
Well, I don't care what you say either, man.
Let them talk though, you supposed to be so professional, be quiet and let them talk, she talking to you.
And he ain't got no business talking
Well, you have that bang the bang.
Yes,
Correct him.
I haven't been in the bank.
Well, correct him.
He is also the parliamentarian.
And he is
That's
me.
right. I am
He is the
parliamentarian.
parliamentarian.
You need to act like it.
Reach up.
He don't need to be on every meeting no way. You don't need to be on every meeting no way.
Oh, apparently you do, because what y'all are trying
No,
to
he
do.
doesn't.
Why not?
Get together
You
and
all
say
have not
against
been
council.
following the orders in the charter for the past 15 months. That's why he needs to.
When have you followed the ordinance? When have you
Name
followed
one
it?
thing
You
that I
name
have
one
not
thing
Ain't
from
gonna be
you
one
have followed.
tonight.
Okay,
Name
okay.
one.
It gonna be one. You ain't gotta be here, but it gonna be
Name
one.
one.
And then we done for.
Okay, just like you gonna be
I said
one.
what I
Shit,
said.
bitch.
Name one.
Name one.
Name one offense that I have broken since I've been here.
There are too many tonight. There are too many tonight.
Y'all have fabricated information, and y'all have been misleading the citizens the whole time.
No, you haven't.
I've even printed out information from the last meeting that we had, the special call meeting. Y'all asked to have a meeting. Y'all asked to have a meeting, a special call meeting. You didn't ask me of my attendance. You didn't ask the city attorney of my attendance.
We emailed you all the meters for
Okay,
Monday.
and then what I said was,
Dave?
no.
There was no emergency.
Days later, it
Oh,
wasn't
it was
an
not an
emergency.
emergency.
It wasn't an emergency for you two.
No, that was not an emergency for one. And for number two, you didn't ask as a courtesy, as I extend to you all for the past, 19 months now. Then I recommended, and I have a printout of everything that was discussed with you all. I recommended that we have the meeting in 2 days later, so that I can review a contract. You all have decided to vote on a CPA and an attorney without looking at any contracts whatsoever.
But you know
I
about
have
this.
not
The way I
seen.
talked about this, so you
I
knew
have
about it, so you
told
wasn't in
me.
the line.
I
You knew
have-
about it though.
Oh, that's exactly.
All this stuff you knew about.
Did she
You
give
knew
you,
about it.
did she give you her information that day? That's what she was sitting on there, she brought you a copy.
I
Every
don't
one of
recall
them.
what she had to
Yeah,
me.
every one of them.
If I want to make a decision, I must get information before a meeting, so that I can read the material before I make a
Well,
decision.
that's
But the
just-
thing about it, it's just a
That was
narcissistic.
not
Sometimes
done.
be accountable for what you're doing. You always find
Oh,
fault in
I'm
everybody
definitely-
else,
no,
but it's
I'm
nothing that you
definitely
know
not.
is wrong.
You all.
That's why the city will never move forward.
I will
Because you got an
not
attorney working for you.
because y'all are not
You
following.
have
the
an
orders in
attorney
the
that
charter.
is working for you,
He's
not working
going
for the
by
city.
the orders in the charter, so if we're both going by.
Well, I don't know what
we're
orders
gonna
the
agree.
charter he reading, because we not reading the same stuff.
Show me to prove what you're talking about. I have several documents here to prove what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, one day a month, when you brought out the garbage pickup, you fabricated.
No, I didn't fabricate
You,
it.
you got the,
I didn't
you got that,
fabricate
you got your name on it.
I didn't
Yeah,
fabricate
yeah,
it.
you did.
And we're still losing money on garbage because the fees
Yeah,
are
but
going
we can't get no
So
water
we're
bill.
still- Whether we have water bill or not, we're still losing money.
So we can't get
And
water
I'm
bill.
not the
Because we can't
expert,
get no-
and
get no
I'm
budget.
not the expert
We
to
know,
work
we
on
know, we
water.
see that.
So therefore,
We see
the
that.
people
We see
that are
that.
working on the
You're the expert in
water,
nothing.
the people who are working on the water, they're the ones doing the work, along with Mr. Buck and his crew, going out and fulfilling what they're asking him to do. That is not my job.
Then we don't have a budget.
I'm not a quick budget expert. Now, the budget is prepared by the city clerk, so why haven't y'all appointed a city clerk?
So we don't have one.
Because I brought forth to y'all, I don't know this lady, the man in the moon. I brought to y'all a lady who
A
had the
clerk.
credentials, a clerk,
A
who
clerk.
had some
A
credentials to be a city
municipal clerk,
clerk.
that's what we need. A municipal
So
clerk.
find one.
Yeah. And we, if you
We don't have one, so if
Yeah,
you
if
don't
you have put us in the
have
hole
one,
like
if
that,
you
we-
don't,
we'll
if
have
you
one.
don't have one available,
You
then
find
you
what we
use
have.
one that may be 3/4
You find
qualified
what we
to
have
do
for
so,
nothing.
and she takes the remaining training to fulfill those categories.
You
So
find
if
what we
there
have for
are
nothing.
none available, then you have to use
You
what
find
she
the one we
has.
had for nothing.
But which one? Which one?
The one who was working with us.
You talking about DeAndre?
Yes.
There is an investigation for theft on DeAndre's behalf. And I
They
said
say
that-
that is not true. That is not true.
Oh, yes.
She's not here to defend herself, so we will not talk about her
It
here.
is true.
She's not here to
Oh, it
defend
is
herself,
true.
so she will not be in
It
the top.
is true.
Once again, she's not
She's
here to
also-
defend herself,
she's
so we
also
will not talk
removed.
about her.
She's also.
She's not here to
removed
defend
city
herself,
records
so we will not
that
talk
she's
about
not
her.
supposed to remove. Y'all's records are missing, and I stated that from day one. The only person that had access to those files was Miss DeAndre Stevenson. That's another felony.
Once
there.
again,
She
we will
cannot
not speak
remove
on her.
those
She's not
records.
here to
Oh,
defend
no,
herself.
it's a lot going on.
Yeah, if I were actually to let the financial consultant come in, there would be a lot going on.
Oh, yeah, there's And as far as me, Mayor Moody, stealing money or anything like that, there's no records of that at all. There are
no records because you're printing what you want and sending it to the
Mr.
auditor or to the
LCA.
financial consultant. That's something that's
Mr.
on in here.
LCA signs he countersigns every check that I have written. So if I wrote 10,000 checks to me, he would have signed for it. I have not written any extra checks to myself. I haven't written any direct deposit checks to anybody in the city of Woodbury, so nobody can say I've been direct deposits. I don't deal with the cash funds as well. That's the city clerk's function of that. They are responsible for everything to make sure it balances out. Mayor Tanya Moody has not touched or received any funds that do not belong to me. The city clerk handles that. LC check, he signs all the checks that I've written for the city, and the bank statements show all checks coming in and out, whether they were visible as a handwritten check or whether they are a direct deposit. So bank statements tell all. They tell what's moving in and out.
I
of the
understand
city.
how bank,
But apparently you don't. But
I do,
anyway.
I actually used to work in
Anyway,
banks.
if you all were to follow the charter and ordinances, it would be no problem. That is why the city attorney and I agree, because we're following the paper trail. So if you all are not doing that, then you all are not going to be in concurrence with what we've been doing. You all have been misleading
You're right,
this
what y'all been
audience.
doing.
You all have been misleading these citizens from day one. You accused me of this resolution of fraud information, and it's been 7 months. You promised you was gonna bring it. That information, you were supposed to have it from day one. If you have a figure, $3,800 something, you said it was missing and Mayor Moody may have taken it. Where is your documentation? It's been 7 months. Why is it taking y'all so long to get that? Mayor Moody moved from one residence to another without paying a deposit. That is called a transfer. I didn't have to pay another deposit. You say I give too much latitude to the police chief. What latitude are you talking about? Y'all said that I forced y'all to buy police cars that the city was needing. So there's a line of whole bunch of misleading information. So where's y'all's proof? Show the documentation, and anybody in their right mind, attorneys, they would have told you all to show what you're saying, to reinforce your documentation, to show what Mayor Moody has done. Y'all have been misleading this public from day one. I also printed out the communication that we spoke with, the communication even at the last meeting, that I suggested that y'all move the meeting to 2 days forward. I have all that communication in writing. What I asked you all, and I will read it actually. Matter of fact, to those who would like to see it, to one of y'all who want to know the truth of how city council have been misleading everybody, here's just the last example. And I will put that on the table as well, for those of you who would like to see the truth as it see fit. I keep all documentation. So all this false slander, yes, they're lies. For people who want to see the truth, look at the documentation. This is documentation that was sent to me saying we are in need of an immediate meeting without looking at a contract. And citizens, I would abhor anybody if y'all would agree to anybody voting on any contract proposal without looking at a contract. That is malefice. That is violation of oath and charter, and that would be reckless behavior to vote on any contracts that you, proposals that you have not sent. You know what, I'm the mayor, I can talk, because I can't vote, I can talk. So, no, because you don't want to hear the truth. Y'all please gather those. Y'all can see the truth even from the last meeting. They asked for a meeting, a special call meeting after the other. They bum rushed me saying they wanted me to vote as well as they did with the intergovernmental agreement without me looking at the contract. And citizens of the state, of Woodbury, I know that you all would not, as governmental agencies, want anybody to vote on something blindly without reading a contract or a contract proposal before you make a decision. I have printed out that information. As you can see, the date on that says, what, July the 10th? Before the meeting, they requested on a Saturday to have that meeting. All I asked them to do, hey, invite me in on the conversation, as they have not done for the past 7 months. Invite me in on the meetings. Y'all are having meetings before meetings, which are also violating sunshine law. Come to an agreement. Y'all invite Terrell Jacobs here. Y'all are already pre-praying and have your stuff printed out beforehand. How is that? We haven't had a meeting, so how are y'all having this additional information before the council meeting? That's called, what you want to call that? Collusion, if you want to call that, to have a meeting, which is violation of state law. If you were to have documents before the meeting, how did you get those documents? We haven't had a meeting. Now, you asked on that date to have a special call meeting. There was no emergency. When I just asked for 2 days later, I even asked Mr. Terrell Jacobs to send me a copy of the contract proposal to even vote on the CPA or even the city attorney. Neither one of you sent anything to me so that I can actually read it. Y'all sit here for the last 6 months, said, Mayor Moody, you were invited to the meeting. That is not how the meetings are held. I am the chair of the meetings, and any meetings therefore have to be discussed with me as the chair. You all are the legislative body. I am the executive body. I appoint all the individuals that come into the city of Woodbury. I hire and fire all of the individuals that come. You all cannot hire an attorney, and you all, please look at the charter, you cannot hire an individual attorney for an employee, for a committee member, for an outside person. The city attorney represents the body of the city council members. You cannot go out, and I'm quite sure plenty of y'all with legal law know that you cannot, city cannot hire a legal counsel for an individual. Point blank period. You all have done so, and you haven't even reviewed a contract for services. Even the CPA, I saw no contract for services. So me as mayor, I would not be, create a amount of fees to vote on items that I haven't even reviewed. And for citizens, if you all agree, that's just like me sending y'all a water bill without even reading the meter. And y'all want your water bills, right? So should we, there has been some representatives of the working on the water bills. I'm not a water bill expert, utility billing. Yes, I want
to pay those bills
as
without
well.
sending them to us.
Excuse me?
You told us to pay those bills without sending them to us.
Okay, I did say that, unless you want, it's your choice. It's your choice to have a big lump sum bill or pay what you normally pay. I'm not the one, matter of fact, if Ms. DeAndre Stevenson had turned in her passports and
Why are you not
here where we can't do these records. Now,
She's not here.
now, she don't have to be here if she tells the
She should be
truth.
spoke on.
She has to be here.
She should be spoke
You don't tell me what I can talk
Point of
about.
order.
If she had released the passports and pins, we wouldn't be in this position as we are now. Reading the water, getting behind on the budget, getting behind on all this other stuff. If she was here, I would say the exact same thing. So being that I am, but y'all got twisted, being that I am the mayor, I can't vote unless there's a tie. So therefore, I am free to speak to the citizens as I choose fit because I have that latitude.
Section 2-74 of the city charter state that the city attorney shall serve as the parliamentarian for city council meetings. And all you with those smartphones, I suggest you Google the duties of a parliamentarian, which include, but is not limited to, exclude people who are out of order from the meeting, as well as adjourn the meeting. And this meeting is to be governed by Robert's Rules of Order. And if we can't govern ourselves accordingly, this meeting will be adjourned. There will be no more outbursts. You have to be recognized by the chair to speak according to the Robert's Rules of Order. And that's not only you guys out here, but that's to everybody up here as well. And if we're not going to do that, we can go home now.
Here are some more documents if y'all want to see what takes place, and then in the correspondence of me relaying information to the council and us relaying back. So please feel free to take one so that you can see what actually goes on. How I always try to work with the council, ask them what time they want to meet, what days are available. I don't get that latitude. They tell me they're going to have a meeting and invite me. That's not the process of how that's done. If they want to call a meeting, this is Mayor Moody, I want to call a meeting, this is the subject matter. I look at that subject matter and say, okay, we agree upon that. What day did y'all want to meet? What's available? What time? Let's see if the city attorney's available for that day. Especially the way we've been carrying on for 19 months, which is really appalling, 19 months, which is really appallable. So I suggest that you all please feel free. This is just the last meeting, and this has been going on since we've been here. You all have been misled by the city councils as a unit. They have been violating the laws, ordinance, the constitutional right, 14 Amendments right, not only of you guys and of myself. If I was a person who was not going by the orders, I'd approve my business license for my alcohol when I had the opportunity to, and I still can now, but it would be so-called a conflict of interest if I wasn't following the rules of the law. There's not one thing, not one I order of any wrongdoings that I have committed, not one person can come back. That fraudulent statement y'all got as a resolution is not true. Can y'all please ask your council members for that documentation that has been 7 months now? Anybody with anybody just common sense would say, hey, where's the information to support y'all's allegations? Yes, sir, I'll let you speak.
Why was your business open Friday night if you don't have a business license? It was open
Which
Friday
one?
night.
Actually, I went ahead and paid for a business license recently because I have that latitude. I just can't have an alcohol license. They can't stop a business license. But my business wasn't open the other day.
It was Friday night.
Friday night.
Friday night. We came from the President Theater watching a movie Friday night, and as we come into town, and Janet and Wayne Durden saw it too, the building was open, cars around it, the
Now,
beer signs were on, the lights were inside, there's people inside.
Now,
That was Friday night about 9 o'clock.
Now, if my children happen to have gone into my business while I was away, that's plausible. But my business actually per se was not open. But I have that right to open up my business like any other citizen does. Now, you may have seen an overflow from a party from the straight 8 down the street, that club, or you could have seen somebody at the liquor store, I don't know, but on Friday I wasn't open.
It was open. It was open.
My lights could have possibly been on there if somebody went there to use the restroom or get something out there, I don't know. But I do have a business license, yes, I paid for one, they can't stop a business license. They're only, and anybody with any common morals would say, why haven't y'all granted me her license? I've asked for mediation. There's no legal reason for them to want to deny my business license. It has passed planning and zoning. It has passed all.
Your business license, it was your alcohol license.
No, that's what I'm saying, your alcohol license. So you have no legal right to deny that. What grounds do you have?
They gave you the
That's
reason,
why.
but now it's not the time to discuss that.
No, I'm airing it all out. Since y'all have been breaking the law. Y'all have been breaking the law and rules since y'all been here. Y'all have been misleading these people since day one.
No, ma'am.
Since day one. Show the documentation. Yeah, y'all had a resolution with 32 different things against Mayor Moody. What has they provided to you to provide that? What documentation did they give to you? Name one, anybody get any documentation from any of these 4 council members proving their allegation? Has one person please stand up and say that city council has given y'all any documentation to support their fraudulent allegations that were made on December 27th? One person please stand up.
Man, we would've did that. Why would they tell you we gave it to them? Come on.
No, y'all saying I did something. Why would you not? Why would you not?
This is not a
One
time.
person, no, yes it is. Y'all have been falsely accusing somebody. Yes, y'all please take some. Y'all will see exactly what happened with the meeting. They requested a meeting, which was not an emergency, and I requested that they. No, this was a couple of days ago. Y'all have been doing that for 6-7 months, and longer actually. I'm not gonna sit here and continue and let y'all mislead the people, giving them fraudulent information. And like I said, one person please stand up to that supportive information that they claim to happen, resolution that happened on December. One person please stand up. Just one. Just one. If anybody got any supporting documentation from these 4 council members of the allegations they put out on December 27th, I just need one person to step forward. Just one out of what? 67?
Move on.
Excuse me?
Move on.
Sir?
You are order.
No, he is not. No, he is not. No, he is not.
As the parliamentarian.
She asked him, he gave one out.
Can you?
He is
let me finish?
not. No, he is not. He ain't did nothing wrong.
He's
He's
out
out of
there.
order.
He's out of order.
Yeah, and you out of order.
And you is too.
Any other outburst, you will be removed. If you fail to be removed, you will be charged with criminal trespass. Because you're not only, you don't have the right of. Don't try to interrupt me. I am the parliamentarian. I have order. And that's right. And I am the
You're not
parliamentarian.
supposed to speak unless you're recognized.
Any more outbursts?
You ain't recognized.
Come on. Y'all have been misleading. Y'all have been misleading.
Mayor, as a parliamentarian, it is apparent that this meeting is out of order. So as a parliamentarian, I am exercising my authority to adjourn this meeting. This city council meeting is hereby adjourned because you have refused to follow the Robert's Rules of Order. This is the council meeting. This is the working session.
This is a work
This is
session.
the working session.
This is a work
This is the working session.
Right. Council meeting has to
Precedes
start.
the city council meeting.
So let's-
But it's a foreshadowing of what is gonna be expected. And if you guys cannot follow the Robert's Rules of Order, recognized by the chair, and then speak, and you can't have personal attacks. This is not about a personal attack. Like I said, if you can't do that, you will be asked to leave by the parliamentarians.
Man, we've been talking for 45 minutes about stuff, now you want to
Hey,
change. Let's get this over with. You out of order.
I have the floor.
Take the floor. Be the parliamentarian, like you said, not just for one
If
person.
you
everybody.
cannot follow the Robert's Rules of Order, this meeting will be adjourned. And I have that authority. So you may want to Google the duties of the parliamentarian. You may want to see what that is. Because the inmates are not going to be in charge of this asylum. Not tonight. Not tonight.
Inmates. Who's inmates?
For those who don't know, that's an expression.
Oh, no.
That's an expression. So you need to get, because if we're not
Not
gonna be
good
able
to use
to
as
do.
a city attorney for a city.
Mayor, conclude this work session. If we cannot operate accordingly for the council meeting, I will adjourn it.
Yeah, it's already there. Already there.